Let me explain it this way. Now, if these 4 people were going to write about me, they would all write from a little different perspective. Michael is going to write in a perspective of somebody that actually lived with me, somebody that was super close. Andrew is going to write from a perspective of somebody who's followed my ministry for a few years, has been close, but wasn't living there. And many of the times that he was in ministry, he was away from being under my ministry, but was influenced by my ministry. So he definitely is writing with an influence. Rachel is going to write from somebody who has seen me in ministry, who has also seen me in board meetings and that kind of thing. So she's going to write from a different level. And the historian, 20 or 30 years from now, is going to write from what other people say. Now, we're going to alter that just a little bit. Now we're going to say that Rachel doesn't want to write. She just doesn't feel like writing. And so what Rachel does is Rachel gets Skyland. And Rachel tells Skyland all about the things that I did and has Skyland write it. Okay? So Skyland is writing, but it's Rachel's story. And in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you have 4 Gospels written by 4 different people. Matthew was a disciple. He was there with Jesus. He followed Jesus. He wrote with a specific purpose, and that purpose was to show the Jewish people that Jesus really was the Messiah. Mark knew who Jesus was. He had met him, but he didn't really have a chance to follow him because he was so young. Mark heard the story from Peter. And so the Gospel of Mark is Peter's story told to Mark, and Mark wrote it down. Luke was a physician that was a researcher, and he did historical study. John describes himself as the disciple that Jesus loved. We hear the story that John would lay his head on the shoulder, on the chest of Jesus. He was super close. He was the youngest of the disciples. He was super close. He was on the inner circle. Now, what I just explained to you is how the Gospels work.